Yeah, I got this gate I made actually from part of a board-on-board fence, and it's been up here for probably about 4 years. I think I put it up here in 2013. It's now 2017, and the gate hasn't sagged at all. You can see it hasn't sagged. It's got enough space there on the bottom, but you can see what happened to it. It's got like a cant like this. That's because I put the wire on the one side, and it's really not that braced up. I'm going to put a wire on the other side, and that'll pull the bottom out this way a little bit, okay, towards that way, and that'll straighten it out more and also keep it from sagging, because I want to put a Cooter's Garage sign up on this gate anyway. It's coming in the mail. Now I'm going to tell you something else about these things with these little clips and stuff like that, and these turnbuckles. You could do a lot with this wire. If you wanted to, say for instance, you wanted to make some post in the ground or something like that, and you wanted to tie the wires together, tie the post together, you could simply drill a hole through a bunch of logs and have like big fender washers or a plate of steel on one side with a nut, and put your turnbuckle on there and tighten it down. There's ways you could do that. I'm not explaining it right. You have to MacGyver it a little bit, but there's a lot more you could do with these little turnbuckles and this wire than just hold up a gate with. You can actually make, things keeping from, holding things together, like where you're making a structure. I don't know, if you say you're making that structure over there, you could do things like that with these little turnbuckles. I want to get a bunch more of these damn things. They only had one in Wally World, which I don't really like going to, but they're close by. Usually order stuff online from private vendors, but we're going to stick these bolts in here right now, and I got some fender washers to put on the opposite side so I could tighten them down, and they'll be in there nice and good. Well, that bad boy's on there. This is the tightening mechanism, so it's lifted up the gate. It doesn't really need to be lifted up, but I wanted to balance it out from one side to the other. I just used this green cable. I'm going to paint it with the same color of the fence. And the eye bolts are in there with fender washers. It goes down. Okay. And, these little hooks. I got to have this little hook in there. Excuse me. Got to loosen it up, make sure that hook's in there. Yeah. But the other thing is, I'm going to cut that off, that bolt off right there, so my leg don't smack into it. And it'll be painted the same color as this. But like I said, these things can be very useful for a lot of stuff besides just lifting up a gate on a fence. Say for instance you're tying something together, and you got like a top piece and a bottom piece, and you want to like tighten them down, and maybe you got the cable come up through a curve. Like maybe it goes up through something, through some logs, and it goes this way, then you can tighten it up to something like a pole and tighten down all those logs. There's a lot of stuff you could do with this kind of cable. It's pretty damn strong. It's stronger. Like you can have nails in there or other types of fasteners, but you can also have this, and it'll give you some extra bracing. It's very cheap too. That's the other thing. And there's no limit on length. So you can put like 50 feet, 25 feet, or whatever you got to do. You're not going to be able to get a steel rod that long, or a fastener that long, but you could get a cable that long. And if you're using real heavy duty cable like 1/4 inch stuff, whoa baby, that stuff is not going to go nowhere for a real long time. Well, we got the wire on the other side here, so it's okay. I painted it so you never notice it's there. So the gate's still crooked, but we'll straighten out a little more with that shit on there eventually. Painted this side, and we're going to have a Cooter's Garage sign right over there, man, in orange. I'm going to be an official affiliate of part of the syndicate of Cooter's Garage. And over here, just want to say and give you an update. I did these knives. I love these damn things. Ozark green bone handle. I actually put JB Weld in there. I filled that up with JB Weld. Chemically cleaned it so no water can get in there and kind of infiltrate where in between the bone and cause the handle to get loose. And also these sheaths, I coated them with camp dry on the inside and the outside, heavy duty water power. So it's pretty good stuff, man. Been pretty busy here, so. But you can use those cables for a lot of stuff. You know, it's like you know, there's like I said, you can even use them for, like, I know you got building tie downs and stuff, like these augers screw into the ground, same kind of principle, and they tie down the sheds, right? But you can also have, like, you know, a big bolt through, like, a board that's on the bottom that's tying down your roof in certain areas, and you can run a cable up through the rafters and then tighten it down with those little things I showed, where it's like two screws tightening it down at the same time with an eye bolt on each side. There's a lot of stuff you can do with these damn things, and just adding little stuff like that makes a lot of strength to a structure, because you could tie together something really long with it, because you can have 100 feet of cable, 50 feet of cable, 35 feet, 25 feet, or whatever it takes, and that could tie a whole bunch of stuff together all at once. The cable's pretty strong. As long as the ends are bolted in really good, they're not gonna go nowhere. And a message to Mr. Vlad Putin: the Confederate States of America and the Confederate Federation of Russia needs to join forces and get one big confederation throughout the world, where we have states' rights. States' rights are supreme, with a limited, weak central control. We'll go for that type of globalism. That's not really the type of globalism the New World Order wants. That's the type of globalism the Confederates would probably want, and the Confederate States, the Confederation of Russia would want, with a Bill of Rights, especially the Bill of Rights.